Hey everybody, welcome back to the Zcast. I am joined with the co-host,
Kriller.
and I am KingPiccolZ. Welcome to the Zcast. This is the 5th episode. Today we are going to be breaking down the very much anticipated Last of Us episode 4 and 5. We'll be doing a recap as well as a review. And without further ado, let's get into it.
So, first off, I want to thank all the Z Warriors and all the people that viewed, because we got together on both of our channels almost 60 or over 60 views. So thank you guys so much for supporting this podcast. We can't, we feel so blessed. So thank you guys so much, and please keep supporting us, because we're gonna be having we got some stuff special getting ready to be hot off the press of Shinron Studios from the straight off the press of Shinron Studios. We're gonna be doing a little intro rap song
very soon.
It will be coming as soon as we can get mixed and mastered and stuff. But
we're so excited.
So yeah, we're so excited. So that's the announcement we have for you guys, and without further ado, let's get into The Last of Us. Dun, dun, dun. Episode 4. So, man, there was a lot of freaking action in this episode. I mean, a lot than normal that has been in the past episode. There was a lot going on. It was hard to keep up sometimes.
Yeah, you had to really pay attention.
I was expecting to see Joel's brother Tommy in this episode, but remember how I was like, oh, dude, we gotta be getting close to seeing Tommy, right?
Right.
No, Tommy wasn't in this episode.
Nope.
So, if I remember right, because I just recapped and rewatched it, the episode starts off with Joel and Ellie. They're driving in Bill's truck.
Yes. Yep. They had just left Bill's residence.
Right.
Yep.
And so Joel and Ellie are getting tired. I don't know.
They're driving all day long.
Yeah, they've been driving all day long, man. And Joel, so Joel stops at this secluded. Joel and Ellie stop at this secluded forest and camp at night. And Joel has this
in the middle of nowhere.
I don't know. Yeah, in the middle of nowhere, where it's secluded, where there's no infected that can easily get to them or anything. Well, there's no people, so there's no infected.
Right.
But I don't know if you remember these when we went camping, but Joel brews a pot of coffee on old Coleman camping stuff. I don't know if you remember those.
It was almost like a portable hot top.
It's a Coleman camping stove, bro.
Yeah,
that's what it's called. It's a Coleman brand camping stove, because I used to have the same one.
That's so awesome.
But so Ellie wakes up and to Joel brewing a cup of pot of coffee on the old Coleman stove, and Ellie opens up the cap of the percolator cap, and Ellie it's percolating. And Ellie smells it, and she goes, and she's like, she mentions it smells like burnt shit.
Yeah, the coffee is 20 years old at this point.
Right? Joel says the stuff at Starbucks was fresher than the stuff Bill saved up.
Well, for sure.
I thought it was a minor but important detail on how they're surviving, managing to survive in this world. Like I said, this episode is hard on the action. I mean, real hard. There is a lot to go through on the action part of it. And it is very faithful to the game counterpart of it. It has been. I mean, there is some stuff they do better, minor stuff that, maybe some hardcore fans might get a little upset about.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man. Joel, they after they wake up and everything, Joel and Ellie take off, and they're driving down the road and stuff, and they're approaching. I think it's Kansas City, right?
Yes. So they spend the night in the forest, rest up, all that good stuff. Oh, and then they head their way to Kansas City. Now, Joel was directing Ellie to watch the map for him because they were taking a very specific route, and for some reason they were going to go into the city, maybe to get supplies or whatever. And for whatever reason, they went in, and they quickly got turned around, right? And so, and so now at this time, like, they're worried because the point that they put the point that they got into the city, they couldn't find their way back to the interstate, and so they finally got turned around, right? And then that's where people started popping out of nowhere, and then the action just kicks off from there.
So what you're talking about is they got shot at.
Right.
And they got crashed. Joel and Ellie are driving a truck and they get in a crash.
Yeah, because they're shooting at the vehicle.
I remember. Yeah, they're shooting at the vehicle and they crash into this old
deployment.
what the hell? It looks like an old truck stop. Like an old gas station or something like that.
Store.
Obtaining local map.
And you know, they're shooting and stuff like that. And Joel tells Ellie to go hide behind the wall and don't peek. If I remember right, something like that, right? He tells her to hide or something.
Yeah, because they're continuously being shot at.
Yeah. He tells her to go hide. I don't know if she's hiding behind the wall at this point or what. I can't. I got short-term memory loss from smoking all that Chiba, but
Chiba.
Yeah, but I do know Joel's firing at. They're firing at him, and Joel's firing back. Joel,
they're exchanging fiber.
I think Joel just doesn't want Ellie to see what he's doing, you know?
Right.
Because he doesn't know at this point that she's killed anyone.
That was so beautiful. Yeah.
That was. And so Joel fires back and kills like what, two of them, three of them?
Yeah. He shoots one of the guys and kills him. Correct.
Yeah.
And so
and then there's one guy. He goes to enter inside the truck stop place.
Yeah.
And Joel's standing behind the door, and he blows his brains pretty much out his ears.
But the townspeople that are holed up in that town, they mistake him for somebody else.
Yeah. These are the raiders.
Yes.
These are the raider groups.
Yes.
From the first time in the game that you encounter the raider group, the collaborators. What most people consider the collaborators, even though the collaborators is the rats of the story. They're like the snitches, but I guess that's what they call them. I forget what they call them. I just call them scavengers or hunters. I think that's what they're called, is hunters. Yeah, and so just when you think it's safe, right? The third person comes out from behind the door where Joel is, and starts choking him with the his own rifle, Joel's own rifle. And they're fighting, they're getting in this like fight, and then Joel rushes with him, and the king is choking him. And Ellie pulls out a pistol out of the bag, and just in time comes and shoots the kid right in the ass, just right in the butt cheek.
Or it was the stomach, right?
No, he shot him. She shot him in the ass.
Oh, okay.
Because he was gripping his ass. At least I think it was his ass. I could be wrong. You might be right.
But
either way,
he starts bleeding out.
It goes out. It goes. It's both the same end, bro.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, your ass goes into your stomach, and your stomach goes into your ass. So
pretty much.
That's how.
Exclamatory excitement.
But but Joel tells her, like, as she shoots, he's like stunned, like, you know, she shot a person, right?
Right. Yeah, because she snuck the pistol from Bill's house in his dresser drawer.
Right. No scope. And so he tells her to hide behind the wall again.
Yep.
And don't peek. Whatever you do, don't come out. Don't listen. You know, see no evil, hear no evil.
Exactly.
And Joel, if I want to say he kills the kid by stabbing him in the chest.
Yeah. Well, okay. So
I'm not sure
as the kid is bleeding out, he's begging Joel to let him go, right?
Yeah,
And then
he's like, I
he's
can
like, we don't
help
have
you.
to do this. We don't have to do this. And then he's like, here, take my knife. Take my knife. And he's like,
Take
we
my
don't have to
gun.
do this. We don't have to do this. And then,
Just tell my mom. I can take you to my mom. My mom lives right over there. Like, we can help each other. I was mistaken.
Precision objective.
and
achieved.
so
I think
basically,
that's what he said, something like.
in order for him to preserve the ammo, he stabs the boy to death.
Yep.
And it doesn't show it, but you know, you could definitely tell that's what happened.
Yeah, and before he stabs him, he's screaming, "Mommy, mommy,
Yeah, dude,
mommy,
that was
mommy."
wild, bro.
And then there's
That was wild. Yeah, that was really wild.
But
Like you
you
could
have to-
cringe. You cringe.
But
It
you
was
have to
bad.
understand, man, that kind of world, you cannot trust people.
I know, right?
Like, I know it's sad to say, and people are in real life would be like, "Yo, I know which ones to trust." No, you don't. Not when the post-apocalyptic society has fallen down. It's been 20 years after society has fallen down. You don't know who the fuck to trust. And I'm sorry for the language, but this is a mature-rated episode because it is a mature-rated show.
No scope.
Yeah, it's wild, bro. It really is. It's wild.
Yeah,
And so after
so
that,
then, yeah, you explain it.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
So then, if I remember right, then they climb. The episode ends. Joel is they have to climb. It was like it's like this shopping mall.
Yes, I think so.
It's like a shopping mall, or big
This big
fancy
building.
bank in Kansas City.
This big building.
You know what's crazy?
It's like
is
30,
I've
30
been
floor,
there.
or 30 or 40
I've been
floor
there.
building.
I've been in that mall in real life, bro.
Wow.
I used to live in Kansas City.
Dude, that's pretty crazy. Yeah. Yeah, for a short, brief time.
About 6 years of my life, first 6 years of my life, I was a city boy.
Right?
But yeah, I've been to that place in real life. That's how crazy it is. It's like really accurate too. I mean, it's post-apocalyptic, and you know,
Yeah.
it's like all run over and run down and stuff. But I mean, without all that jank and all that junk and stuff, it would look exactly like it did in real life.
Yeah,
It's
so
a big effing mall, man.
so the episode ends with them oh yeah, there's the joke, right, first. And you tell the joke because it's really funny. I can't hear your audio. It must be cutting in and
Yeah.
out.
Sorry,
ahead.
my mic got muted by accident. My bad.
That's
But
okay.
yeah, you find these two people,
Hold on. That was before. You tell the
or
tell the yeah,
climb
tell the joke. Yeah,
They climb
yeah.
the, like, what is it, 5 flights of stairs?
30,
5
30,
floors?
30 flights. Because it
No,
was
I
40.
don't think they climbed all the 30.
Or was it 20?
Did they climb 30?
I think so. It was 30. Because I think it was out of 40. They wanted to be high enough. It might have been 20, but they definitely want to be high enough to where, you know, no one would find them, right? And so they say good night. They're having difficulty going to sleep. They're tossing and turning. And then Ellie turns to Joel, and she has a super, super serious tone. And you're like, oh, great. And she's like, diarrhea is hereditary, don't you?
Oh, that's oh yeah, that's right. That was in episode 5.
4. Yeah, we're
4,
still on
wasn't it?
4. Yeah, we're still on 4.
Ellie tells a joke. And the joke is that she goes, "Hey Joel, you know what?" And he goes, "What?" And she goes, "You know, diarrhea is hereditary." And he goes, "What?" And she goes, "It runs in the genes."
Their jeans. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
They both like super laugh hard, and
Yeah,
you could-
like it's a not in the background, the music you hear the Last of Us theme.
you could tell it was like super, super, like
So they-
the actors were got into it, and it was awesome.
Yeah, man, Pedro Pascal, you are a fantastic actor, sir. Like, hats off. You make a perfect Joel. Like, you're like Ryan Reynolds to Deadpool. It's like you cannot see him not being anything other than Deadpool. You are Joel Pedro Pascal to us. You are the best version. Thank you.
They're always leaving you with the best of cliffhangers on every single episode.
I know, right? So the cliffhanger in this episode is Joel and Ellie go to sleep. Joel wakes up and Ellie screams, "Joel! Joel!" And there's a guy with a gun to Ellie's head. Now, my review is like, I really like the action in it,
I do too. I think
like,
so
I
too.
thought it was a well-paced episode. Like,
Yes, it really was.
wow. It kept you engaged from
awesome story.
episode 4 to episode 5. It keeps you engaged, man. It's like, dang. You know, it's like, dang. Fantastic storytelling, if I do say so myself.
I mean, it was fantastically written, like all the other ones were. I mean, you can't just
And like, if you guys
help
don't
but
believe us,
appreciate.
that's like, if you've never played the Last of Us game and you're watching the HBO, do yourself a favor and go check out on YouTube
Yeah.
video game, the game to HBO series comparison, and get your mind freaking blown, because there's some scenes and things they say that are ripped straight from the game.
I think people are seriously messing out by not playing these games. I mean, by watching the series, they're missing out a whole bunch.
If you don't play the game or
I haven't
haven't
either.
played the game, like, if by the time the first season ends, you're gonna want to be playing that game.
Yeah, and I'm already wanting to play it, but it's like $60.
Yeah, but it's worth it, dude. I mean, the story is fantastic. You might have to go on the third-party website like CD Keys. We're not sponsored. We are not sponsored.
Nope, not at all.
We just love to use third-party websites because, homies, we are broke
As
ass
a joke.
joke, man.
As a joke. As a
Like,
joke.
we-
But as a joker.
Like, and we are not joking when we refer to ourselves as broke-ass gamers, because that's what we are. We're broke-ass gamers.
For real, bro.
We don't even have enough money for a proper mic. I don't have enough money extra for a freaking webcam, bro.
That's hilarious.
And people are like,
Luckily, mine's
oh,
built
you can
into
get a
my laptop.
webcam. You can get a decent webcam for like $20, and I'm like, I'm not
Yeah,
paying
you can.
$20 for a damn webcam. Are you crazy? That's $20 in medicine I can get.
For real. Facts, man. Straight facts. So how
Like,
do
what's
you
more
feel?
important, my mental health or my, you know?
So how do you feel about the ending and the overall episode of episode
Sorry,
4?
guys. I'm still a little bit sick today. But I thought it was at least a 9.
Oh yeah,
9,
I
if
definitely
not
agree
a
with that.
9.5.
Definitely agree with that for sure. 100%. 100%. I think it was probably one of the better episodes.
I don't know. Episode 3's got a lot to.
It was good.
Episode 3's story was. Even you have to say, even though it was
good.
a story
The
about
story-
two homosexual couples,
The writing
a
was great.
homosexual couple, the
The
writing
writing was amazing. And like we
was
said, I didn't really agree with the
top
premise of it,
tier.
but hey, that's neither here nor there.
that stuff doesn't bother me, guys. Here at the Zcast, we're all inclusive. We don't judge. You know, it's your life. You wanna
That is true.
become a transgender? Hey, more power to you, bro. Like, do your own thing. You be you, homie.
But yeah, definitely episode 4 was awesome. And now we're getting to the 5th episode that just dropped today.
Yes, hot on the Shinron press.
Oh my goodness, this was a banger of an episode.
So I have a lot to go over on this
We
episode.
have a lot
'cause I
to go,
watched this
'cause there was so
episode
much.
twice.
There was so much to
So
go
I
through.
watched this episode
And a lot
twice.
we learned,
so I
too.
wasted 2 hours today, dude.
Yeah, there's a lot we learned too.
I watched the 5th episode twice today.
Yeah.
But yeah, I learned a lot. I picked up some things on the second go round that I
Yes,
didn't know.
yes.
So-
Didn't know either.
episode 5 starts out with a bunch of people, with a bunch of hunters or scavengers, or whatever group they belong to. They are rioting.
Yep.
On the side of their vehicles, it has "We the People."
Enemy halfway to victory.
They're screaming "Freedom, freedom, freedom" while they're inside the QZ, the quarantine zone.
Yeah.
So there's like There's like they're hanging Fedra soldiers. They're shooting and killing Fedra soldiers.
They're what do you call them?
They're killing Fedra soldiers. I think they're Fedra soldiers.
What do you?
Because they're wearing body armor and stuff.
They're not
And if I
assassinating
remember
them.
right, no, they're straight up butchered.
What is that word called?
Extermination.
Yeah, executioning. They're executing.
Yeah,
people.
they're execution.
Yes, yeah, they're executing people, which is crazy.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Like,
They're in the
one guy,
streets.
I picked it up, right? One guy was there, and they just straight up hung his ass. Like
They
they
did.
just straight up like stringed him up across
Yeah,
the
and he was
light
still
pole and
alive.
hung his ass.
He was still
Yeah, he was
alive, and
still
they were just
alive.
still yanking on the rope.
Yeah, man.
They were, dude, that
It was brutal.
wild.
So I forgot to mention in episode 4, we forgot to mention we do see Kathleen.
Yes, yes, and she kills the doctor.
Yes, she kills the doctor, the only doctor in that place.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because as you can suspect, in a post-apocalyptic world, doctors aren't a common thing to probably come by. So just recklessly killing a doctor could endanger your whole entire community.
Yeah, because if you don't have the person who can treat you with the medicine that is available, I mean, just imagine what you can't do with one
Enemy team
that's not available. So yeah, she kills the doctor, episode 4, and then we get back to episode 5, and then it starts out, again with Henry, the one that they are looking for. He's on the run because we find out that he killed or he ratted out Kathleen's brother, and somehow it got him killed. So that's why Henry's on the run, and Henry and Sam, who is deaf in the episode or in the show as well as real life.
I wanna get something right. They changed it from the game. Sam
they
is
did.
not that young.
Right, and they changed it in the show.
Henry is not that young either. He's also not deaf in the game. Sam is not deaf in the game. He can
Yeah,
talk.
they did make some adjustments there.
But I do think it works better
I
for the
think so.
story. The way they did it for the HBO Max makes it a little bit more personal.
Yeah, I think they made it a lot better.
Yeah, I think it was like Neil Druckmann said, they're not gonna change something from the video game unless they can make it better.
Yeah,
So
and
it
I
has
think that
to be
suggestion
better
was
for
amazing.
him. And I think making him deaf, giving him the sort of silent protagonist, pulls on the heartstrings a little more when
Definitely.
when bad stuff happens. We'll get into that later.
Yes.
But there's this woman interrogating. She has inside the QZ. They have a bunch of people locked in a room. This woman is interrogating them.
Yeah, Kathleen
She
is
tells
the
them
leader,
when
the ringleader.
She tells them when no one speaks. Now this woman is, you find out later, is Kathleen
Yep.
for the game, and she tells them when no one speaks up that. Then she gets up and tells the guard, Perry, to kill them all.
Exactly.
A guy speaks up and gives her the info she wants.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what he says. He says something like
He's
he
still
has
here.
a place. He's
Yeah,
still
he
here,
hasn't
but he
left.
has a place to stay.
Mm-hmm. He's holed up somewhere.
And the other guy that she knew with this group was a collaborator, so he was a rat also, just like Henry.
Yep, just like him.
And so yeah, so he's supposed to make Henry or something at the secret at his hideout and stuff. So, but the funniest part about it is the guy gives her all the info, right?
Yes.
And for a second, you see this like relief on his face, like, "Oh my God, we're gonna live,
Yeah, I'm gonna be
right?"
spared.
And then she just tells Perry to go ahead and kill them all.
Oh, like wow. Oh, that's ruthless.
Yeah, I mean, why'd you think the camera panned away, bro?
Yeah, because they were all about to die.
Yeah, remember she leaned over and whispered something in his ear and says, "Take care of it,"
Yeah,
or something like that. She
forgot
meant kill them all.
yeah, I remember the wording, but yeah, she definitely said off with them.
Yeah. And I don't think this group is. I don't think this Marauder group that Kathleen is running. I don't think they seem like Fedra, and I don't think it's the group. I don't think this group is a Fireflies either. If I remember right, I don't think it's the Fireflies. It says "We the People" on it, so I'm thinking they might be the Hunters.
Maybe.
But there is this man and a kid run to this house with this old guy, and he's a doctor.
Yeah.
It's the doctor that Kathleen was looking, or the doctor Kathleen was looking for, right? No, it was the doctor that she killed.
Yeah.
So she killed the doctor.
Yep. That was in the fourth one.
Yeah, she killed the doctor, but in the fourth one, so it goes back a little bit on the time frame.
A little bit.
Because when you first encounter Sam and Henry, like doing their own thing, the doctor's with them inside the house. So I'm guessing that's the person that guy was talking about with the info.
Right.
Was the doctor? But then the voice is deaf, like Piccolo said.
Yeah.
It then cuts to 10 days later, and the guy and his brother is running low on food. The guy signs to the boy that the guy isn't coming back. The doctor isn't coming back. And he signs to him, is he dead? And he goes, yeah. He goes, probably yes. He signs to him back, probably yes. And, so he signs to him that, we're running low on food, we have no more food, we have to get running. He tells him he been watching Fedra's movement, or the guy the hunters that are hunting him, that he tells Sam that he knows that their movements, their pattern.
Yeah, because he had been watching Joel and Ellie. That's how they knew where they were. He was watching them from like this high-story building.
Exactly. And
Nice.
sir.
Mm-hmm. And so like now they're starving, and they're running out of food, and because of their need for for food and nourishment, they have to move out of their building. And
Right.
that's when they get
But
up
he
together.
tells them, he signs to him that they can escape on foot.
Municipal
Yes.
surveillance online.
I want to specify on foot because if you guys haven't been keeping up with the show yet, there ain't been many cars that run right.
Right, exactly.
Most
and
of
then
the cars kind of foobarred.
and he tells them that the only way out is through a tunnel and through a
Right.
set of subsystems in the underground.
Right. And they're two across the street from where Joel and so you were watching from the perspective of Joel and Ellie in episode 4. Now
Right.
you're watching the same thing happen from the perspective of Sam and Henry.
Sam and Henry, exactly. Yep, and they're
So
the ones
you
on the
hear
run.
so they're fixing it. He puts a desk or something like that on the in front of the door, right? And and Henry gets up top and
Right.
checks out the window, and he checks and he signs to him. There's gunfire. Get down,
Yeah,
gunfire. And he peeks out the window of the door, gets up on the table, peeks up on the window on the door, and he sees, what does he see? He sees Joel and Ellie across the street fighting these raiders.
Yes.
And yeah, the place where Joel and Ellie are sleeping, and the guy is holding Ellie at gunpoint.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and he tells Joel that if anything happens, he will shoot Ellie.
Yep. And that's where they find him in the
Sam
beginning.
has a gun to Joel's head.
Yep.
And
They make an agreement to work together.
The guy tells Joel his name is Henry and the boy is Sam. He said he's the most wanted man in Kansas City. And then you know, Joel is sharing some of his food and stuff with them.
Lost them.
Yep.
And Joel says something along the lines of, you know, I share some of my food with you. We ate together. Neither one of us killed each other. Let's just call it a win-win and get the fuck out of here
Right.
and go our own ways.
And go our own ways. Right.
Yeah. And he tells him about the system and that he's lived there he's lived in the city and stuff.
Whiplash.
And Joel, you know, Henry tells Joel he knows how to get out of the city and he can help him, but only show him, and Joel can't carry the rest. So he specifically doesn't have any ammo in his gun, and he only has one knife. And
Yes.
one knife can't protect Sam and him at the same time.
Not at all.
And so he wants Joel to take point, and Joel to protect them and take the point, you know. And Ellie tells Henry they encountered a clicker, that they encountered a monster that can hear insanely good, but can't see.
Yeah, the clickers.
Yeah, the clickers.
Yep.
And he says something. Henry says something along the lines of, "That's why you're the ones chosen."
Right.
And you're like the chosen ones, you know, because not everyone can defeat a clicker,
Yes.
because they're insanely fast. And they're not the easiest thing. If I remember right in the game, they're one of the scarier monsters that you encounter in the dark. Like, they are freaking terrifying when you encounter them, because you can encounter them when you least expect them.
Yeah, that's scary, dude.
It's like you go in a dark room or something, you'll expect a clicker and you'll hear nothing, and then you'll be relaxed for a second, and then you'll see it, but you won't hear it, or you hear it, but you won't see it. And you have to depend on the sound positioning of your headset to find out how to get
Oh yeah,
kill
that's
it.
crazy, dude.
But you don't want to fire guns when you're battling a clicker, because that will give the position away, and they will straight up just one hit kill you in the game.
Dude, that's
They will
wild.
literally rip your throat out. But so yeah, Sam and Henry are going through the tunnels,
Yep.
and inside the tunnels was a settlement,
Yes. The
and
temporary one.
it's perfect from the video game representation too, because it has the house rules on the wall of, you know, not
The kids
make loud
playing.
noises or play loud.
They had the rules, of the house. Basically.
Yeah, don't exit the house.
Which was really a nice touch, because it gave them some sort of
And
normalcy
Ellie-
and like humanizing.
And I think Ellie asked us, you know, where are all the people?
Yeah.
And Joel said they didn't follow the house rules, so
Dang.
they all got infected.
Yep.
So they camp in this settlement underground for a couple hours.
Yeah.
And Ellie is Ellie is reading comic books with Sam,
Mhm.
and
Just exchanging notes on the little notepad,
yeah,
which
on
is
the
really
notepad,
cool.
talking to him on the notepad.
They share some interests by reading comic books together and, building up a relationship, which is a friendship, I should say. Well, both.
Which is really accurate to the game because Ellie likes comic books, collects comic books in the game too.
Yeah, and they start, developing the same interests and, same likes and share, same qualities and stuff, hobbies,
Yeah,
all that good stuff.
you get some like sister brother moments going on here.
Exactly. You get some awesome bonding, moments with the show.
Mhm.
And then after that, they start to move on. And then this is
So,
really where it
no,
really starts to get spicy.
Well, Sam and Ellie, I didn't want to leave out this important detail because I thought it was important because it's in the game. Sam and Ellie are playing soccer. There's
Oh,
a
yeah,
moment
that's
of
it.
respite.
Right,
Harry
right.
reveals the past. Then Joe says, "We waited long enough." The brutal last turn. The brutal woman turns out to be Kathleen. Joel and the gang are trying to get across the street, but or across this field, right? I guess it's like a field with a bunch of houses or something.
Yeah.
In the game, it's a field with a bunch of it's just a bunch of houses. But in the show, it's a street, and there's a guy at the top with a sniper in the window.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe goes around and he asks Ellie. Ellie goes. Joe goes, if we move, he can't hit us. He's shit shot. And he goes, go around back and get him. And Ellie goes, but what if you get shot? Or we get shot? He goes, he says something along the lines of, he asks her, do you trust me? And she nods, yes. And he goes around, he starts heading around back into the mansion, the house. And he goes around back, and he's, sure enough, he goes up the stairs, and there's a guy sitting in a chair, and it's an old guy.
Old guy.
Well, I mean, an old, he's like a grandpa. And,
He must be like 7 years old or something.
He goes, yeah, and he goes, Joe goes, please don't. And the guy turns around with his gun, and Joe plants one in his brain.
Yep. That's wild.
At that time, so this is the part where it goes into like the game, where it's like you're trying to defend Sam, Henry, and Ellie from the clickers and the runners.
Yeah.
And then stuff. So like in the game, when that happens, the Kathleen and the stuff pull up in the vehicle and stuff, and they're like, one of Kathleen's minions says there's a bunch of cars. He says there's a bunch of cars.
So basically, the whole army comes after them. They got like an armored truck, and they've got like Humvees and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah, they got this armored truck with this like big ass snowplow on it that says, what does it say on the snowplow?
I don't quite remember.
I know it said something on it. Die?
Yeah, something like I can't really remember.
Kill?
Yeah, it says something crazy, but they get closer and closer and okay. Oh no. So I don't know how Joel has this much ammo, but he's like pot shot after pot shot after pot shot.
So the guy has a box of ammo sitting by the chair.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. Gotcha.
Like 50 round or to 100 round box of ammo for
Nice.
that.
So they're getting closer. They're getting closer.
It's not like he fires 50 rounds anyways. He only
that's
fires
true.
about 20.
Yeah. I must have not noticed the box of rounds, but Joel's shooting at the truck, Ellie's shooting that back at the truck with her pistol. She runs out of ammo, and they're getting closer and closer and
No,
closer.
she doesn't run out of ammo. She just takes a pot shot and realizes that's an armored vehicle and she can't destroy it.
No. But then you hear the click. You hear the click, and then that's when she runs out. Because you know she's only got a pistol. Yeah, because she's only got a pistol.
Right. And yeah, she so they're running and stuff and stuff. And Joel's shooting at the armored truck. He gets 3 shots in, and finally the 3rd shot goes through the windshield into the driver's head.
Into the driver.
And then rack into this
the building.
It's like a not a convenience store or gas station. It's
like a house building. Like it's just like a building, like a regular house, like a 2-story house. It looks like.
Right. And it crashes, and then you know, it's on fire and stuff, and they're Kathleen, Henry and stuff are hiding. And what? So
it
at
completely
that
crashes.
time, you know, Kathleen and her goons are one Henry and Sam dead. Sam too, apparently.
Yes.
Henry walks out to Kathleen right at, they have this big old like moment where they're talking bullshit with each other. She's telling them their crazy plan and shit like that. Well, it's not as crazy, her crazy plan, just, you know, her obsession that he basically turned her brother in and she won't forgive his ass for that.
Right.
Ever. And stuff.
So there's exchange of dialogue, yeah.
Yeah, and he goes, okay, and he comes out from behind the car that Sam and Ellie are hiding
And Ellie are
behind.
trapped. Yeah, they're basically trapped at this point.
Yeah, and Joel's just watching all this because he doesn't want to fire a shot because he knows why. You know why?
Why?
Because he doesn't want to give away his full position.
Right.
If he fires at him right now, right at that moment, he's going to give away his position in the sniper position of the informant. Because there would be all kinds of guys coming in on him, so it was smart they didn't fire at him at this point. But as Henry walks out with his arm raised, and right as Kathleen cocks the pistol, that armored truck goes to the ground, waking the whole town of infected. Now, I mean, it's
hold
not
on. Before that. Hold on, like the truck just like gradually like starts sinking, and you're like, what is going on?
The ground starts
and you almost think there's like a sinkhole or something, and then like they keep exchanging dialogue, you know, and then like there comes to a point where like it starts being engulfed into the ground, and you're like, what is going on? And then you just hear like a roar, like
yeah, like clickers.
You're like, oh no! You're like, oh my gosh! Like they really did it now, and I mean, it just starts pouring out clickers, pouring out, bro, and every man for themselves. It's like
not just clickers though. It was clickers, a bunch of them.
Yeah,
runners.
a bloater.
And then all of a sudden, you know, you see the clickers. You're like, oh shit! And then
there's a gang of infected.
And then a bloater comes.
Dude.
And he
like there was gunfire.
The hole, and all you hear.
Oh my goodness.
And he grabs this one dude, right? He grabs this dude, just rips him in half.
He rips his head off.
No, I'm getting that. And then like
oh
so
yeah, that
Perry
part.
tells Kathleen, run. And Kathleen starts to run, and Perry, the guy, the white bearded guy that kind of looks like a guy from ZZ Top.
Right, yeah, Perry.
Yeah, Perry. He the bloater grabs a hold of him, takes him by the head, and just straight up freaking just Pez dispenser in his head. Just
Yeah,
pulls it off
dude, that was
like
crazy.
a sheet of paper, dude. I told you the bloaters are scary. I told you, wait till you see the bloater. Remember, I was like, wait till you see the bloater. You think
the bullets did
the
absolutely nothing.
Yeah, they were like hitting marshmallows.
Like the bullets did absolutely zero. It was almost like
Because
BB
it's
pellets.
armored with all the cordyceps all over its body.
I was like, this is crazy, dude.
There's layers upon layers of cordyceps, man.
Jump on you.
But yeah, the
Dude, that
bloater
was
comes out,
wild.
right?
And the
like,
design was actually really good too.
yeah, it's actually accurate to the game too.
The design was impeccable.
It was perfect to the game. Like they've gotten everything, the looks, design, the story is impeccable to the game.
Amazing. Amazing. 10 out of 10.
But then there's a child that's a quicker gets into the car with so Ellie's hiding in this car when all the bloater comes out.
Mm-hmm.
She runs and gets in the car, and then there's this child that's quicker and gets into the car with Ellie. And she escapes. She closes the door on the clicker, and the clicker's sitting there just scraping at the window, man, on the passenger side, just trying to eat the window. And she escapes. And Sam and Henry are hiding under the car trying to fight off two clickers. Ellie comes and rescues them with Joel as backup and a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
Which is the part in the game that you take control of in that part.
Right.
Where you're sniping all the clickers and stuff. I don't remember in the game if you encounter the bloater then. I think you encounter the bloater a little bit later. Maybe a moment earlier in the tunnels, I don't exactly remember. But they make it out alive, you know, they don't kill the as far as I can tell, they didn't kill the bloater. They just ran for the hills.
No, they didn't kill him. They couldn't
like,
kill him.
No, they
You
were
would need
like,
a tank.
we're getting the fuck out of here.
You would need a tank to take that thing out.
A tank? What do you think destroyed all those tanks, bro? Remember all those tanks from the last episode that when Ellie was, when Joel was driving past? And all the tanks, and like you could see some of them like look like something Hulk punched it?
Yeah, or either that or they all ran out of ammo or gas. Or the people died and they couldn't, there was no one left to drive them.
Right. But Joel makes Henry an offer. They make it out alive and hold up together in the house for a night.
Yeah.
And Joel, before they all go to sleep, Joel makes Henry an offer to walk them to Wyoming. I think that's what he said, right?
Yeah.
That he can walk with them to Wyoming.
Mm-hmm.
Because Wyoming is where Tommy is. If I remember right in the game, I believe it's Pittsburgh. They changed. But
because they started in Kansas City, Missouri. That's where they stopped
at.
Oh,
it's not Kansas City, Missouri.
That's Kansas City, Kansas? Yeah, Kansas City. My bad. So it was at least a good 3 or 4 states away still.
So if you notice, like how the land, when they're in the top window, how you can see the land below, and how all the land is flat. That's
flat.
how
Kansas
is, dude. Kansas is flat land.
That's
there
true.
are no hills.
Prairie land.
Yeah. But it seems like maybe Sam is also immune to the cordyceps virus. But he reveals a bite on his leg to Ellie.
Yep.
During this time, they're talking back and forth stuff, and he asks Ellie, "Aren't you scared?" And she goes, "Do I look scared?" And they're writing it on the pad, and she goes, he asks, "What are you scared of?" And she goes, "Maybe." She goes, "Scorpions."
Yeah.
Just like the game. And then she says, he hands her the pad back, and she says, "I'm afraid to be alone."
And then he responds back, "I'm scared. Is there a monster inside of me?"
No. He goes, "The ones that are infected, do you think they're still human on the inside?"
Oh, okay, yeah. Yep.
Fiesta.
And then they go to sleep. Henry comes in and tells Sam, signs to him, sleep time.
Yeah.
And then Ellie, he reveals to Ellie that he has a bite on his leg after that.
Mm-hmm. And she tells
him he needs medicine.
Yeah. Yep.
And she has the medicine. So she gets in her backpack, takes out a knife, and cuts her hand.
Yes.
And rubs it on the bite because she thinks that maybe her blood might be
blood
the
is
key.
healing. Right.
Earn the most kills
Healing
to
medicine
win.
powers.
Then contact the authorities.
The cure for the cordyceps virus.
Right.
And
Exactly.
but
And then now
Ellie
they go
wakes
to
up. Yeah, they go to sleep. Ellie wakes up. Sam is sitting on the bed.
Yeah, staring
He's
out
not
of the window,
moving.
and your back
Staring
is
out
turned
the window. He's not
to the
moving
camera.
or anything. And then Ellie walks over to the bed, taps him on the shoulder, and he attacks her. Sam has turned at this point.
Yeah, definitely.
He's not a. He's got the core like. It's only been 24 hours since he
Less
was
than
bitten.
20, probably like 12 hours, if that.
But because he's so young, the cordyceps virus killed him quickly.
Yeah, that's sad.
Less
Man.
than 24 hours. And so you know, he attacks her. Sam turn. Henry shoots his little Henry so he's attacking Ellie, and Joel wakes up and comes in, and there's the pistol laying on the floor, and Henry gets to the pistol before Joel and holds Joel at gunpoint.
Yes, man.
And he's attacking Ellie, and then Henry shoots Sam off at Ellie.
He shoots his own brother.
Yeah, shoots his own brother
Dead.
in the chest.
There's like blood is like spilling out.
Yeah, and
All true.
Joel and Ellie, so Joel tells him, "Give me the gun. Just give me the gun." And he's just sitting there like traumatized. And then he brings the gun up, and Joel's like, "No!" And it turns black, and you hear the gunshot, and he blows his brains out. He figures he doesn't have anything to live for because Sam was his only family left.
Dude. When I saw that, I started crying.
Dude, I almost cried again on that. Like, I cried
Dude,
the
like,
first
I
time
teared
when I
up.
played the game.
I really,
Like,
I really teared up and cried.
Like I said at the beginning when I first told you about the Last of Us TV series, going to be a TV series, you will get attached, and it is kind of like Game of Thrones. It doesn't hold back on its characters; it will kill them off.
Dude, it was gut wrenching.
No scope.
It is. It's
It really,
sad,
it really was. It really was literally gut wrenching.
I think it makes it better because he was younger in the TV show. That it works to be more emotional.
It really did.
Then when in a game he's more of a teenager, and Henry is more of like he's like at least 40.
Well, at first, for some reason, I thought that Henry and Sam were like
Enemy
dad
halfway to
and
victory.
son, but I was
Yeah,
wrong.
that's what I
And
my girlfriend
that's the
thought, 'cause
reason,
she
and
was
that's the
like,
reason why
I
it hit
go,
me so hard.
And when he got shot, I told my girlfriend that's his little brother. She's like, "Oh,
Yeah,
I thought it was his son." I'm like, "I know, right?"
yeah, I thought so
'Cause
too because of the
kinda-
relationship they had
because-
together.
But he's left to raise his brother, so he has to be the dad and the brother.
Yes, dude. That's why, because as me as a dad, with with 3 kids, I felt the pain, for real. Like, I really felt the
No
pain.
scope.
Right.
Like, my heart was it almost broke
Yeah, I
for the
still
dude.
felt it, man. I mean, it didn't affect me because I already
Oh,
knew
yeah.
it was coming from the video game.
But
They
it
do die in
hit
the
me in the
video
feels.
game too.
I felt all the
It
feels,
turns
man.
out- Yeah, it turns out like that in the game, except Sam is standing at the window, and Ellie comes in the room, and he starts to attack her.
Okay, then.
And then Sam, or Henry kills him, and then, he blows his brains out
Yeah,
in the
dude.
game.
That's wild.
Yeah. But, then it cuts to Joel and Ellie burying them, and Ellie places the notepad, the child's notepad. I forget what you call it, like etch a sketch kind of notepad.
Yeah. Exactly.
And she lays it on it, but she writes, "I'm sorry."
Yeah,
It
dude.
puts it on
That's
his
wild.
grave. Then,
Because I guess she felt kind of responsible,
and, Joel is burying him.
Yep.
And stuff, and he's patting out the final dirt, you know, spitting it out. And Ellie asks, which way is west? And Joel looks at her with, he looks like he's about to cry. He doesn't look very happy. You can see it in Pedro's eyes, like his acting is extreme, dude.
Yeah, it really is.
Like you can see it in his eyes, like he's not happy about what happened. Like he was beginning to like Sam and Henry as friends, and every time, it feels like every time Joel gets close to someone, they die.
Deftly employed.
You notice that?
Right tool
Oh yeah,
for
dude.
the job.
And
Like
Joel and Ellie
100%.
walk off, you know, they're walking off, and that's pretty much the end of episode 5.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like,
So,
I can't even tell you how good of an episode it was.
Fun fact, I'll give you that most people don't know about The Last of Us. Is fun fact is Joel's last name was supposed to be Miller, and Ellie's last name was supposed to be Williams. But Neil Druckmann, the guy that wrote the story and produced and directed the game, he decided to cut the last names from the final product, but it's still there in the first game in the Japanese manga.
Yeah, dude. So like,
How crazy is that? Like, we didn't know a last name until the Japanese manuals revealed it, so.
and the one thing I really love too is at the end of the episode they do not only a breakdown, but they also do what's next on the
Yeah,
next
Neil Druckmann
episode.
does break down and stuff. They're being honest about it. They really are. And I would recommend it to anyone that's into, like, checking out video game
Yes.
shows. If you're not into video games, but you want to see what, like, a really well acted video game
Very
could be
well
like,
acted.
watch The Last of Us, man. We recommend it.
Very well acted. So episode
now-
4 you said was a 9, right?
Yeah, I think episode, it's not quite a 10, it's a 9.5 on episode 5.
Yes. It was superb. Now, and I wish that the zombie, the clicker scene was a little
Non-zombie.
bit longer. Yeah, clicker. Excuse me. I wish the clicker scene was a little bit longer. But I also know that the longer that you do scenes like that, the more expensive in production it is, more it costs, and you know all that stuff.
They could have pulled a Halo, bro, and just shown like 2 seconds of it, and that was it.
Yeah, but
Remember?
they
Like
shot
they
a
did with
good 30
Arbiter on
seconds.
the Halo show, they showed like 2 seconds of him, and that was it. It was like, boy, it looked like he did in the game, and then it's like nothing happened. The story went nowhere.
Yeah, like this story
I
is
can't believe
is
that. I
phenomenal.
can't believe the Halo show has a second season, and I thought that was straight up trash, and we're Halo fans.
Very much so.
It was like I couldn't even finish watching the first season after like Master Cheeks did
Started clapping on him.
did the vertical mambo with the Covenant freaking spy woman, human spy with a freaking energy sword, pinky fingernail. Like what the?
Oh man.
But
Maybe
The
that should
Last
be-
of Us, oh my
maybe that
God,
should be
are
an
they
angry
being
rant.
accurate? Like it seems like Sony
Yeah.
is being accurate with their movie.
Yes,
And
they are.
And the next one they're gonna do is God of War, bro. Can
Oh
you imagine how
wow.
good God of War is
That's
gonna
gonna be awesome.
Oh
With all
my
the monsters
God.
and Thor and
Nudity.
oh man, it's gonna be amazing.
Dude, if they can get the if they can get The Last of Us right, they should be able to get the if they can make Clash of the Titans
Yeah,
And
which is like an
remake
80s or
Clash
70s movie.
and remade it into the early 2000s, late 90s, and they remade it pretty faithfully to the book,
Yeah.
then I have no doubt that maybe Sony will become very, very protective, especially over God of War, because it's one of their flagship series. I have no
Who do you
doubt
think
that
would
that
even play
series is
it?
going to end up being the highest rated show next to The Last one. Because think about it, it's freaking God of War live action.
Who would even
That's gonna
play?
blow up. That's
Who
gonna
would even
blow
play?
up.
The God of War. Who
You
would be a
never played
candidate?
it?
No. Who would be a candidate to play the live action role?
You really want to know?
I mean, I could think of a few people. I could think of.
Jason Momoa. He's got the right physique for me, but he's a
Yeah.
little bit too tall to be Kratos.
Kratos. I would say maybe.
Stone Cold Steve Austin would be
No.
amazing.
What about Vin Diesel? What about Vin Diesel or Or Dave Bautista.
Dave Bautista would be amazing. He's already tweeted
Yeah.
he wants to be Kratos.
Dude, that would be dope. That would be dope.
Dude, he has
They'd
the
give
right
him a break
physique,
from
the right
tracks.
size. Like his pecs are the right size and his
Mhm.
muscles are the right size. Like, oh my god, dude. But who will
Yeah,
play
dude,
like
that'd be awesome.
Zeus and all the other gods, you know, that Kratos murders?
I don't know. But Loki could stay Loki. The other guy who
Loki's not in
plays.
it.
Huh?
Loki's not in it.
You sure?
Not in the original God of Wars.
I meant
If
like the
they're gonna-
newer
if
ones.
they're gonna-
I meant
no,
Ragnarok. My bad.
No, I think if they're going to do anything, they're probably going to do the old ones. But then again, they
We
might
don't
do
know.
a 2018 one.
Yeah, man. Well, I think we had a very successful episode. What do you think?
Yeah.
Man, this was a good one. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys stayed
Support
engaged
us
and
more,
interested.
and we will keep reviewing it as it goes along. Give your honest opinions, because we're being completely honest. Like Piccolo here has never played the game, and he even
No.
rates the show at 9.5.
This is an amazing show. Like if you,
It is.
I mean, I understand if you don't have the money to pay for the the
HBO
membership,
Max,
but it's
but
worth
just
it.
it's
worth it.
If you don't have the money to pay for it, look at Google
Drop
for
Netflix.
elsewhere
Drop Netflix
to
for a
find
month.
it. To find it free.
Yeah. Well, man, you want to go ahead and sign us out?
Heck yeah, I'm Romeo J, and I am Krillin 189,
And this has been King Piccolo Z, the Zcast.
and we are out.
Out.